The Great Learning, Ancient Wisdom for Modern Times. The Great Learning represents one of the most influential texts in Confucian philosophy, offering profound insights into self-cultivation, social harmony, and governance that remain relevant even today. So therefore, the ideal of Confucianism in China is to engage with the people, to help and save others, starting from cultivating oneself and leading by example. From there, one extends this cultivation to the family. Only when the family is harmonious can it positively influence society and the nation, and ultimately contribute to achieving a world of universal harmony. Thus, the ideal of great unity is the highest realm of Confucianism. The Great Learning, Origin and Context. The Great Learning was originally a chapter in the Book of Rites, one of the 5 classics of ancient Chinese literature. Later, during the Song dynasty, the Neo-Confucian philosopher Zhu Xi elevated it to become one of the 4 books of Confucianism. The 5 classics are the Book of Porty, the Book of Documents, the Book of Changes, the Book of Rites, and the Spring and Autumn Annals. The 4 books are the Analects, Mencius, the Great Learning, and the Doctrine of the Mean. This collection represents the core classics of Confucianism. The text of the Great Learning provides a systematic approach to cultivating moral character, from individual self-improvement to the governance of the state, making it a cornerstone of Confucian education for over 2 millennia. The outline. 3 main principles. Manifesting one's innate virtue. Loving the people. Reaching the highest good. 8 steps. Investigation of things. It is also understood or interpreted as to eradicate desires or to let go of your desires. Extension of knowledge. It is also known as awakening your conscience. Sincerity of the will. Rectification of the heart. Cultivation of the self. Regulation of the family. Governance of the state. Bringing peace to the world. The way of great learning lies in manifesting one's bright virtue, in loving the people, and in abiding in the highest good. Only after knowing where to stop can one have stability. Only after having stability can one be tranquil. Only after being tranquil can one be at peace. Only after being at peace can one reflect. Only after reflection can one attain understanding. Things have their root and their branches, affairs have their beginning and their end. To know what comes first and what comes later is to be near the way. Those of ancient times who wished to manifest their bright virtue to the world first governed their own states. Those who wished to govern their states first brought order to their families. Those who wished to bring order to their families first cultivated themselves. Those who wished to cultivate themselves first rectified their hearts. Those who wished to rectify their hearts first made their intentions sincere. Those who wished to make their intentions sincere first extended their knowledge. The extension of knowledge lies in the investigation of things. When things are investigated, knowledge is extended. When knowledge is extended, intentions are made sincere. When intentions are sincere, the heart is rectified. When the heart is rectified, the self is cultivated. When the self is cultivated, the family is ordered. When the family is ordered, the state is governed well. When the state is governed well, there is peace under heaven. The central mission of learning. The way of learning to be great consists in manifesting the bright virtue, loving the people, and abiding in the highest good. Ming Ming Da. To illuminate virtue. Cultivating and manifesting one's innate moral character. This refers to your innate heart, your true nature, your sense of compassion, which is what the Buddha called Buddha nature. The Buddha said, all sentient beings possess the virtues of the Tathagata, and all beings will ultimately attain Buddhahood. What is Buddha nature? It is having a heart like the Buddha's, filled with compassion, loving-kindness, joy, and equanimity, as well as great wisdom to clearly distinguish right from wrong. This is the same as what Confucianism refers to as the 5 constant virtues. Do you believe that you possess Buddha nature? Do you have confidence that you will one day become a Buddha? Do you believe that others also have Buddha nature? If you do, then you will treat others with the same reverence and respect as you would a Buddha. Master Huaining, the sixth patriarch, once said, "Humility in the heart is merit, practicing propriety in action is virtue." Chin Min. To love the people, bringing benefits to all people through compassionate leadership. To restrain oneself and return to propriety is benevolence. If one can practice this for a single day, the world will return to benevolence. How do we practice this? Confucius told Yan Hui, "Do not look at what is improper, do not listen to what is improper, do not speak what is improper, and do not act in ways that are improper." By restraining one's desires, one shows the ability to consider others, that is the expression of being truly human. Moreover, if you practice this every day, over time, others will naturally be influenced and transformed by your moral character. Ji Yu Ji Shan. To rest in perfect goodness, arriving at indwelling in the highest moral excellence. Where is the land of perfect goodness? It lies within the point where our holy teacher transmits the Tao. It is the Tao that you attained. Whatever you do, it must begin from your innermost conscience, your most luminous, awakened heart. If you cannot rest in the highest good, you will instead give in to your sensory desires, lack self-restraint, chase after pleasure, and fail to cultivate yourself. You may become harsh toward others, selfish, and morally lost. As Laozi said, "In the pursuit of knowledge, one accumulates daily, in the pursuit of the Tao, one discards daily." These three principles establish the foundation for personal cultivation and societal harmony in Confucian thought, emphasizing both internal virtue and its external manifestation. Mencius said, "All people have a heart that cannot bear to see the suffering of others. This is why I say that all people have a heart of compassion." For example, if someone suddenly sees a young child about to fall into a well, they will feel alarm and distress. Not because they want to gain favor with the child's parents, nor to seek praise from their neighbors and friends, nor because they dread the shame of being blamed for doing nothing. Here's a joke going around online. A man was riding his scooter on the road. When he saw that there was no one around, he ran a red light. But unexpectedly, a police officer suddenly appeared and stopped him, ready to issue a ticket. The officer asked, "Why did you run the red light? Didn't you see the red light?" The rider replied, "I saw the red light, but I didn't see you." Let me ask you all a question. Have you ever received a traffic ticket? Do you follow traffic rules because you're afraid of getting fined? Or because you truly believe that running a red light is wrong in itself? The path of knowledge and stability. Only after knowing where to stop can one have stability. Only after having stability can one be tranquil. Only after being tranquil can one be at peace. Only after being at peace can one reflect. Only after reflection can one attain understanding. Just as birds must choose the safest place to perch, people also seek a secure place to live. Even birds know to settle where it is safe, how much more should humans do the same? This is a basic wisdom for survival. People should have the intelligence to choose a right, safe, and suitable place to establish themselves in life. One should not be less discerning than a bird. Therefore, understanding the true meaning of life and setting a clear goal are the most important things. It's just like a cup, the water in the cup is like our mind. When our mind is restless and agitated, it's like water being constantly stirred. So, we need to choose a place to set the cup down. Once the cup is still, the water will stop moving and gradually settle. In the same way, when we first calm our mind, it will slowly become tranquil. Eventually, it will come to rest, just like the water in the cup. We often say, be at peace with whatever situation you're in. No matter what environment you face, whether it's harsh or comfortable, you remain unmoved. That's why Confucius said, the noble man remains firm in poverty, the petty man, when poor, loses control. This is exactly the meaning. When your mind becomes calm, your thinking becomes more refined and clear. Wisdom will arise, and eventually, you'll begin to see real results. Things have their roots and branches, affairs have their end and beginning. To know what comes first and what comes last will lead one near to the way. We all know that in life, things have different levels of urgency and importance. For example, if you wake up in the morning and need to catch the bus, what would you do? You'd probably get dressed, brush your teeth, wash your face, and keep an eye on the time, right? But if you choose to play a mobile game first, you'll probably miss the bus. Now think about this: if there's a Tao seminar today, an exam next week, a work project due next month, and a gathering with friends the day after tomorrow, what would you prioritize? Don't forget, after the Tao seminar, we made 2 vows. One is to value the sacred over the secular. The other is to give both materially and spiritually. We must place importance on matters related to the sacred things and helping others. This is doing the work of heaven. As the Buddhas and immortals have told us, heaven will repay you many times over if you do the world a favor. Imagine you have been shot with a poisoned arrow. You are lying on the ground, getting weaker and weaker, as your lifeblood drains out of you and awareness ebbs away. You have a choice. You can either examine the arrow, asking yourself who fired it, and why, from which direction it came and of what it is made. This is the response of the philosopher or the theologian to the human predicament. Or you can pull the arrow out, immediately. This is the way of the Buddhist. The human species is unique in its capacity for unhappiness. All of us, whether we realize it or not, have been shot with the poisoned arrow of suffering. So accustomed are we to the deadening effects that we have virtually ceased to notice them. Accepting contraction and limitation as an inevitable part of life and seeking what satisfaction we can in the socially sanctioned activities of work, personal relationship, politics, or religion. But according to the Buddha, the world is on fire with suffering, both obvious and hidden, and the situation is urgent. Until we recognize this fact and attend to the cause, the way in which the mind operates, we will never be able to establish just and happy societies, or realize our own birthright as peaceful, radiant beings living in harmony with ourselves and all around us. All our usual attempts to end suffering, whether personal or collective and however well-intentioned, are like the efforts of the prisoner who paints the bars of his cell gold. The bars may be gilded, but the prison remains. The Great Learning emphasizes the importance of recognizing the proper order of things. Understanding the relationship between cause and effect, foundation and outcome, is essential for effective self-cultivation and governance. This principle of prioritization teaches us that lasting success comes from addressing root causes rather than merely treating symptoms, a wisdom that remains profoundly relevant in our complex modern world. Those of ancient times who wished to manifest their bright virtue to the world first governed their own states. Those who wished to govern their states first brought order to their families. Those who wished to bring order to their families first cultivated themselves. Those who wished to cultivate themselves first rectified their hearts. Those who wished to rectify their hearts first made their intentions sincere. Those who wished to make their intentions sincere first extended their knowledge. The extension of knowledge lies in the investigation of things. The 8 steps, from self to world. The path of transformation. Gu Wu. Eliminating bad habits and calming temper. Ji Ji. Realizing one's innate moral awareness. Wu are not only external objects, but also internal elements such as selfish desires and deluded thoughts. Gu Wu means to remove the impurities within the mind. It is a process of self-reflection, realizing one's true nature, and seeing the mind clearly. Jiji is not about accumulating information, but about allowing innate moral knowledge, Liangji, to naturally manifest. This is a practice of cultivating the heart, purifying the mind, doing good, and aligning oneself with the mandate of heaven. Qingyi. Sincerity of will, making intentions authentic and truthful. What does Qingyi mean? Qingyi means making one's intentions sincere and free from falsehood. It refers to the motives and thoughts in one's heart. Qing means honesty, authenticity, and being free from deception. So, Qingyi means letting your thoughts and motives arise from uprightness and sincerity, free from self-deceit and pretense. The original text from the Great Learning says, "What is meant by making the intention sincere is not deceiving oneself. Just as one naturally hates a foul smell or loves beautiful sights, this is called being true to oneself." To make the intention sincere means not lying to oneself. Just as people naturally dislike foul odors and enjoy beauty, sincerity comes from a genuine, natural, and unforced state of mind. How to achieve Qingyi? To achieve Qingyi, one must first complete the steps of Guwu and Zhizhi. By investigating things and attaining true knowledge, we come to understand right from wrong, good from evil. Once we clearly understand, we can then be sincere in our intentions, no self-deception. With sincerity in our intentions, we can then rectify the heart, that is, keep our thoughts upright, pure, and unshaken. Thus, Qingyi is a crucial turning point, a bridge between knowing and acting. Suppose you seem serious on the surface about doing something, but your true motive is for personal gain. That is a case of insincere intention. If you honestly reflect on your motivation, recognize your selfish bias, and are willing to correct it and return to sincerity, that is true Qingyi. Qingyi means to have motivations free from hypocrisy and self-deception, to maintain honesty and integrity in one's heart. This is not only the foundation of moral cultivation, but also the starting point of the greater path. Self-cultivation, managing the family, governing the state, and bringing peace to the world. People lie for many complex reasons, involving both psychological motivations and social factors. From the perspectives of psychology, ethics, and even spiritual cultivation, different explanations can be given. Here are some of the main reasons. Self-protection. To avoid punishment, criticism, or shame. People fear that the truth might cause them to lose others' trust or their own social standing. Lying becomes a way to escape risk. Personal gain. To obtain money, power, fame, or emotional satisfaction. This includes behaviors such as fraud, exaggeration, or pretending to be more capable than one really is. This is using lies as a tool to achieve personal objectives. Pleasing others' social pressure. To avoid hurting someone's feelings, so-called white lies. Or to fit in with a group and avoid conflict, people may hide the truth. These are socially motivated lies, often rationalized, but still forms of deception. 4. Habitual lying, lack of honest values. Some people grow up without being taught the value of honesty. Over time, lying becomes normalized, even unconscious. This is a flaw in personality or upbringing, which can become a deep-seated habit. 5. Image crafting, hiding the true self. Some fear that others will not accept their true selves. They lie to present an ideal version of themselves or to be who others want them to be. This stems from a deep insecurity and a lack of self-acceptance. From the Confucian or Neo-Confucian perspective, lying is a sign of lack of sincerity, a result of selfish desires at work. It shows that the things in the heart have not been investigated and removed, and that one's innate moral knowledge has been clouded. Wang Yanming would say, "To know what is right but not do it is a lack of sincerity. Knowing it is wrong to lie and doing it anyway means one has not yet made their intention sincere." People lie because of fear, greed, vanity, or a lack of courage and respect for the truth. The path of spiritual or moral cultivation is to gradually remove these inner motives, so that we can live with consistency, sincere within, and truthful without. Zheng Xin. Rectification of mind, aligning the mind with moral principles.